This is the Simulation Football Minor League Playoffs on YouTube. Albuquerque comes into this semifinal riding a 5-game winning streak, and they are 1-1 all-time in semifinals. With the one time they won their semifinal matchup, they went all the way to the ship and took it over Birmingham in Season 2. Annapolis, well, they're looking to avenge two different semifinal appearances, with maybe the third time being the charm, and them going to the championship bowl game. Hello, everyone. I'm Tyler Falk, joined in the booth by Rochelle Colston. Glad to have you here on Monday night, a rare occurrence here for even the SFL or SFLm. But glad to have you here, and Rochelle, great to have you here in the booth. Two teams looking to make it to the championship. Who's your money on?
Albuquerque seems to be hot. They've won their last 5 games. They started off kind of slow, losing 3 in a row. They actually lost to Annapolis in the second week, 23-3. So I guess it's anybody's game here.
Team is right. Albuquerque coming riding again that 5-game winning streak, winning last week and knocking off previously unbeaten San Jose 38-17. Albuquerque took down Madison 35-30. But all that matters now is a victory here in Annapolis, Maryland, to take either team to the championship. Here we go, folks. First of 2 semifinals is about to get underway, and Albuquerque will receive the opening kickoff from Annapolis, as here we go from Maryland, as Richards's kickoff is on its way, and here comes the return from Albuquerque, still trying to find its way up through the field. Nothing doing for Ed Williams. He gets taken down to the 28-yard line, and that's where Trellis Blanton will lead his guys onto the field for the first time on offense.
A chance to talk to Josh Williams before the game. His game plan tonight is to win the time of possession, convert third downs, stretch the field, and keep Randy Squarebush in check.
See if they can manage all of that, and maybe those are all the keys to victory here tonight. I assume so, as a nice swing pass to get things started to Baloo Scott on the left-hand side. That's 6 yards for the female tailback at the 34-yard line. Let's introduce you to the rest of the Adams offense. Trellis Blanton's the quarterback, Baloo Scott the tailback, with Chuck Steller at fullback. Honest Adobe, Ed Williams, and TT Crystal make up the wide receivers, with Craig Westlake the tight end, and starting at left tackle, B.B. Collins. Here a swing play on first down. They come out with a goal line set here on second. They're going to try and run straight up the middle with Scott, and Scott gets wrapped up by her ankles by Wayne Thumper, one of the new signings for Annapolis, coming in out of the regular season, making his initial appearance here in the playoffs. What a time to be alive. And coming in sporting a no-bar helmet as well, as we get back to the action here, third and short. Weak power eye here for the Adams. Blanton's going to try and dump it over the middle. That's a nice catch right into the breadbasket at the 47-yard line for the tight end, Rand Cullen, and it's an Adams first down.
Yeah, great play by the tight end there. He was actually surrounded by defenders, and the ball was thrown right on the money to him.
Brand new set of downs here for Albuquerque. They come out with 3 wide after going with a couple of heavy sets. Blanton has time, tries to dump it over the middle, and the receiver has butterfingers and can't hold that one in. That's Craig Westlake, whose first catch last week was a pretty good catch and run for about 19-20. This time he goes incomplete.
Yeah, he should have caught that ball. It was thrown right to him. There's no defenders around him. Not really sure what happened there. Maybe too much popcorn on the sideline?
Maybe, or maybe the pressure was getting to him early on. A lot of folks have a lot of nerves going to these big games. Hand up left side Scott. She breaks out of a tackle, then gets blasted at midfield. A pickup of 2, but she paid for it as Tyson Thorne lays the lumber.
Yeah, she definitely was hit hard there, and she was, she jumped right back up, though. I guess didn't really phase her that much.
Second, third down to the opening drive here for Albuquerque. They come out with a 3 wide set, split backfield. Blanton looking over the middle, caught, first down and more. Inside Annapolis territory and all the way down to the 32, a pickup of 18 for Honest Adobe.
What a great play by Albuquerque there. Way to convert the phone to the first down.
2 third downs, 2 straight conversions. This has been the formula for Albuquerque as they've gone on this long winning streak. Again, started out the season going 0-3. They haven't lost since. Blanton will fling it out to Scott near side. Pick up a 5 as Scott is again hit really hard by Dale McLean after picking up 5 yards. And that'll give us a perfect opportunity to introduce you to the Annapolis defense. Wallace de Moranville and Roscoe Rossi are the defensive linemen with Tundra Speed, Rachel Menner, and Wayne Thumper, the linebackers. Tyson Thorne, Dominic Matz are the corners with Jerry DeGond, Grant Hardaway, Dale McLean, and Nathan West at safety. Scott on the run has plenty of blockers near side. Great run from Ballou, and she gets inside the red zone down to the 15. Unfortunately, she's going to come out of the ball game for now, injured on the play. Let's take a second look.
No.
Might have come down hard on that elbow. It's really unclear what happened. We'll bring you a update as soon as that becomes available. That's unfortunate news for Albuquerque as the backup tailback John Perry checks into the ball game.
I think this could be devastating for Albuquerque.
Perry's first call near side, and John Perry with a nice spin move nearly picks up the first down on first down, and so it's as you were if you're the Adams.
Wow. What a way to make a name for yourself coming in off the bench.
A good pickup of 9.5 yards for John Perry, backup tailback. And again, Albuquerque is going to go to the goal line set. Only 7 men in the box here for Annapolis as Blanton's going to try and dump it off to one of the linemen, it looked like, and nothing doing. A little flutter pass there. Couldn't find Brett Willis, the tackle, and it's 3rd and inches.
You won't see that play called very much in the SFLm. I guess the SFL. I guess the SFLm's a little different here.
Seen it a couple of times here in the minor league, especially back in the early days in the minor side. A whole lot in season 2 when I was making my debut as a commentator. Back in those days, try a whole lot of everything. As Perry goes through the middle and nearly gets all the way to the end zone, he'll pick up 5 in the first down.
Impressed here with Perry. He's doing a great job picking up where Scott left off.
First and goal from the 1 for the Adams. Can they get on the board first here on the road in Maryland and stun this hometown crowd? Weak power eye versus goal line. This is a battle in the trenches. Who comes off? Well, here in the first play from scrimmage, hand off left side, Perry, touchdown, Adams. That was easy as you would like, and the Adams strike first here on the road.
Give credit to the Adams offensive line there. Perry just walked in untouched.
Great blocking, like you said, partner. The fullback, Chuck Steller, getting involved, helping seal that edge. Knocks aside Dale McLean to help Perry get into the end zone. Great touchdown, great running. We saw a lot of that not only here in this ball game as we're starting out, but also in the All-Star game taking place earlier tonight as well. So maybe Perry taking some notes from some of the All-Stars. As Mickey Malello on to try and attempt the extra point snap. Spot kick is up, and Malillo's kick is up and good. It is 7-0 Albuquerque. And if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And Malillo's kick is on its way. He puts his boot to the ball, and then we're underway once again as Shanahan gets his return up to about the 27-yard line. So roughly same field position for both baller clubs to start up their opening possessions. We'll see if Gene Struthers and company can maybe replicate an identical drive the Albuquerque Adams pulled off and maybe get a touchdown.
He had a chance to speak to Jacob Peter before the game, and he's like same as approach as the previous weeks. Try to isolate Albuquerque's passing and make them one-dimensional, and try to use all their offensive weapons tonight.
High formation, one wide receiver. It's a pitch play for Squarebush near side. Nothing doing. Read well, and it's a loss of 1. as the Adams defense closes down. Neil Rivers and Don Fletcher combined for the tackle for loss.
They have to keep Randy Springbrook in check. It looks like their game plan's working so far.
After the pitch play, now the Navigators come out with a 4-wide set. Struthers in the gun with Squarebush off to his right. Struthers looks to throw right side, looking for Squarebush, and they're going to continue to go backwards, maybe half a yard. Not enough to change it from a 3rd and 11, but 2 plays and both gone for negative yardage, Rochelle.
Yeah, I think they need to start looking up the field more than doing that little swing pass. 3 yardage, and they keep losing yard on every play here.
Just like all play books and play schemes and game plans, you try and script everything out. Maybe they were looking for something to get them off onto a good start. Now they're going to have to try and throw a wrinkle into play. It's a deep pass, right side on a deep out route. It is caught, and they'll convert on 3rd down to Ronnie Shanahan, week 6 signing, and it's a 1st down for Annapolis.
That was a great 3rd down call. Got just the right amount of yardage. The receiver knew where he was and just turned upfield, got the 1st down.
Just enough touch on the ball to get it over the outstretched arms of that defender. And Annapolis' drive goes from being a 0 to be a hero with a good pickup of about 12 yards. Now the Navs come out with an offset eye. Weak guy in the direction of the near side. 5-step drop to Southers. He's looking over the middle of the crossing. That is caught by Orain Darby. Pickup of 8 yards, and let's introduce you to the rest of that Navs offense. Gene Struthers, the quarterback. Randy Squarebush, the 2-way player out of Louisiana, is the tailback, with Joel Harleman, the fullback. Ronnie Shanahan and Rego De Niro and Orain Darby make up that wide receiving core, with Lachlan Martin, tight end. Right formation, 1 wide receiver off to the right. 2nd and short here for the Navigators. Another pitch play. This time it works out maybe a little bit better. No. Right back to the line of scrimmage this time. It won't go backwards, as the Albuquerque defense again able to hold firm and take down dangerous tailback Jason Beeson on the stop. And I'll bring up 3rd and 2 here from their own 46-yard line with just about 4 minutes to go here in the quarter. Play action. Struthers looking deep over the middle, and he's got a man. It's Darby, and they'll go all the way down to the 20-yard line. What a nice pitch and catch to find a hole in the zone. Just split the safeties. And that is where Annapolis will find themselves on the edge of the red zone.
Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulty there, Tyler. I'm sure what happened there with my mic.
Well, it's glad to have you back, partners. 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers in a split backfield. They'll just hand it off to Squarebush. Through the middle, breaking through defenders. And Squarebush will get it all the way to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Annapolis.
Wow, they're moving down the field quickly now, Tyler. Squarebush doing Squarebush things here.
Give credit to that offensive line as well. A nice, big, gaping hole for Squarebush to scamper through. It's a brand new set of downs. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. See if Annapolis can capitalize and retie up this football game. Pitch play again. They like running that pitch play, but it has unfortunately resulted in no yards or negative yards. A loss of 3 as the defense clamps down. It is Tony Green coming up with the tackle.
Good defense there by Albuquerque. They can get a big stop here. 2nd and goal.
From the 13-yard line, 2.5 to go. Handoff through the middle. Squarebush trying to attack from behind. He runs right into the teeth of the defense. He couldn't make a man miss. He gets about maybe 8 yards to the 6-yard line, and it's 3rd down.
But the O-line created a huge hole there for Squarebush to run through. I could have ran through that hole.
I think just about anybody could have run through that hole. That's what they like to do here in Annapolis. Get Squarebush Loads of room to run. We'll see what they do here on third down. They're more than likely going to go to the air. Struthers looking back in the end zone. Knocked aside. A great deflection by Dante Grimm, and it's fourth down.
What a stop by Albuquerque here, making a statement. They'll have to settle for a field goal here.
He had a big interception last week versus San Jose. This week, he denies a touchdown as it was intended for Rego De Niro, and Annapolis are forced to go with the field goal unit.
He's also a two-way player out of Louisiana. So.
Federal Bureau of Interceptors strikes again. At least that time was the Federal Bureau of Deflectors? What is it, the FDD? Maybe. We'll have to work on that second acronym. Fourth down, on comes the field goal unit led by Caleb Richards, the kicker. Kick is up, and it is good from 22 yards, and Annapolis is on the board. It is 7-3 Albuquerque.
Yeah, Baden West down the field. They just a little bit short of the touchdown. Settled for 3. Still a close game here.
So we'll see what the response is like from Albuquerque. 2 long drives here to begin this football game. And meanwhile, also here on SFL YouTube, it's the second of 2 semifinal games, Ottawa and San Jose. One of those teams is going to face one of these teams in the championship game on Friday. And the return from Ed Williams gets to the 28-yard line. The SFL convention is coming to the Las Vegas Strip July 10th through the 12th. HyperX Esports Arena at the Luxor will host the season kickoff, featuring all 28 teams in action. Live commentary throughout the day, every game on the big screens, and your chance to be introduced as a football star. Visit simulationfl.net/convention for the most up-to-date details on convention events and broadcast schedules. Blanton's going to start off this drive with a nice floater over the middle. Everyone was playing short, and there's no one back to check the house. And TT Crystal is going to walk into the front door of that house and immediately score for the Albuquerque Adams.
Wow, I guess Albuquerque answered in a big way here. I think the defense thought they were going to do that little swing pass, and that was covered. He just threw it over the all the defensive players that time.
They were playing short, nothing, doing no single high safety. They might have been, I think they were set on a blitz possibly, and that just left TT Crystal and even Anos Adobe to try and run side by side all the way down to the field and score. What a statement from Albuquerque here at the closing end of the first quarter.
Fans here in Annapolis are just stunned right now.
Albuquerque quickly showing everyone their kind of prowess they've had over the past 5 weeks as they've gone on this big winning streak here for Albuquerque. And it's now Mickey Malillo's kick to try and add the extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. And it's 14-3, Albuquerque with the lead.
I turned around quickly here, Tyler. Albuquerque doesn't really rely on the run game or the passing game. They're kind of a well-balanced offense. We still have no word on Scott either, do we? Whether she's out the game or not.
We do not. We'll get you an update maybe next time the offense comes out, whether or not John Perry's still taking snaps, backup tailback, or maybe we'll see Blue Scott maybe on the next offensive possession for Albuquerque. But now, the Navigators have a couple of things to worry about, especially now down by 11 points.
Albuquerque defense has been playing very well so far. See if they can keep that up.
Second offensive possession here for the Navigators.
Ooh, penalty.
The offsides call, a square bush is going to run through a couple of tacklers. We'll see what the call is from R62. Does Annapolis take the yards, or do they take the penalty? Find out.
I would take the penalty here, Tyler. Get the extra down.
And they will take the extra down. It'll be 1st and 5 for Annapolis, as it is big number 55 who gets tagged with the infraction. That's Moses Talway there on the defensive
think when the linebacker shifted, made the defensive tackle jump off sides. I'm not really sure what happened.
From the 31-yard line.
4-3 defense here. They're looking square bush.
5, and we'll go back to square bush on the right side. Got out of one tackle, couldn't get out of the second one. And there is the unfortunate news coming out of Albuquerque. Baloo Scott is out for the remainder of the game. Don't pay attention too much to that 7 weeks. We have some pretty incredible doctors. So just in case Albuquerque are able to make it to the championship game, they do hold a pretty good lead. Baloo Scott will be in the championship game.
Wow.
For that game, Squarebush, another pitch play, nothing doing, and they're going to lose yards. About 2 or 3 back to the 29-yard line.
That was Cody Howling come up the 350 position, making that big hit on Squarebush.
3rd and 7. Albuquerque has been pretty good here on 3rd down on defense. Just have that one deep goal line stop. However, Annapolis was able to march down a couple of long 3rd downs. Struthers again looking deep over the middle, and it's caught by Rego Dinero across midfield and down to the 48.
And that play there was well defended by Albuquerque. Somehow he just found a little opening, and the ball was thrown right to him.
Nice little post route underneath the coverage, especially of that strong safety McLean, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Annapolis driving, but down by 11 to Albuquerque. You're watching the SFLm playoffs here on YouTube. Welcome back to Maryland. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Rochelle Colston here in the booth. Back at SFL headquarters is the commissioner/producer, Cameron Irvine. Glad to have you with us here on this Monday evening on Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. The newest holiday, or newest federal holiday, it's been a holiday for a lot of people for some time. Now we can all celebrate together. Squarebush gets the call on the near side, maybe a yard on the pitch play.
Yeah, Randy Squarebush is having kind of a rough night here tonight. Albuquerque is covering him really well in defense.
I think they're trying to go with more that outside run in those pitches, but I just don't think they have the blocking on the outside to do that. We'll see if they change it up just a little bit. I've liked what they've done through the middle, and they're going to go with a fullback run through the middle. Maybe that's a backup tight end indeed. Indeed it might be. No, it is Joel Harmon, the fullback. He gets about 3 yards on the fullback dive.
Albuquerque forced him to 3rd and 6. Let's see what the Annapolis answers here with. Trips right.
Trips right. Struthers, deep bomb, behind the defense, caught at the 19-yard line, and Albuquerque have just not been able to stop these deep passes. It is Dinero again on a deep catch.
I think they're going all in on Squarebush, and that's the receivers are getting turned loose in the backfield there.
So it's 1st and 10. Annapolis are back in the red zone with 4 wide receivers and Squarebush off to the left. Dime look here from Albuquerque to try and counter. Struthers looking left side for the out route, caught by Darby. And Darby gets the first down to the 6-yard line. And again, the Navigators are knocking on the door.
So I guess they've contained Squarebush enough where they're forcing Annapolis to throw the ball, and they're throwing the ball well here.
It's 1st and goal, Navs. Here from the 6-yard line. Again, Struthers goes into the gun with 2 tight ends to his left. Play action. No, they're going to run with Squarebush. Left side. And that was brilliant from Annapolis. Touchdown. Navigators. Randy Squarebush had excellent blocking on that left-hand side.
Talk about blocking. Everybody was blocking there. Even the receivers got in blocks.
And that will make this game tight once again. A 5-point lead Albuquerque has at the moment. Caleb Richards to try and shorten that one to 4 with his extra point. Snap snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-10 your score here in Maryland. The hometown Navs with the 4-point deficit. The SFL has partnered with RareDrop and RareDrop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Visit raredrop.co for more info on what the company does in the gaming community, and follow RareDrop Sports on Twitch at twitch.tv/rsports. Kickoff is on away, and it's hauled in around the 8-yard line by Shanahan. He gets to the 25-yard line and no further. That is where he is corralled. And on comes, assuming that was Ed Williams, that's where Trellis Blanton will take over on field with the offense for the Adams.
Let's see if the Adams can answer here. Their last possession was a really quick drive, so
one quick pass over the middle of TT Crystal is how that drive ended. They're going to go with John Perry through the middle, and it's a little bbit different this time. Only a yard for Perry as we take a quick look between the two backs. Both backs have that touchdown, Ray, but Squarebush had that nice little scamper to edge out the early lead, though both are under 25 yards.
Let's see if they start missing Scott here, as they're forced to use their backup halfback.
DBs back off, giving about 10 yards between the wide receivers and themselves. Pass over the middle is nearly intercepted. It's whistled right through the arms of Nathan West, and it's incomplete.
He still had a shot at catching that, Tyler. So it was just a little bit messed up and was deflected there.
Well, it's third down here for Albuquerque. They have not been denied on third down yet. This only their third drive of the ball game. Blanton's going to look to throw. Fires one right side of the out route. Caught by Ed Williams, and it's another first down for Albuquerque. And just like the keys to the game you mentioned earlier, third downs were crucial for Albuquerque. They have not missed one yet today.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on their offense. They're going sticking to their game plan. Nice play call. There was nobody near him. It's a first down.
Right at the sticks, too. Excellent route running by Williams to have great awareness of the first down marker and just get beyond that with the route. And it's first down once again as the down marker flips over back to one. Tight end flex off to the right side, as well as an offset eye also in that direction. Linebacker showing blitz on the line. They all back off, though, but it's the linemen who come out of nowhere. Justin Marlin shoots through the gap and takes down Blanton.
He just beat his man right there. He just twisted to the left and got through.
And it's a loss of 4 on the sack. An excellent play for the Navs defense as Albuquerque's offense gets back onto the line of scrimmage. Second and long here for Trellis Blanton and company. He is back to pass, looking right side, caught by Ed Williams, who turns upfield. It picks up a good chunk of yards, 10 yards all told, over where he's taken down by Nathan West.
That was a great play after the catch. They turn upfield and pick up a couple more yards. Make it third manageable here.
Well, third and medium, third and a very long, short 4 yards as there's no one in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, Blanton under center from their own 47-yard line. Back to pass, pumps once, still looking. It's over the middle, and it's bobbled off the back of the defender, McLean, and it falls incomplete. And so finally the Navs get the Adams off the field on offense.
Great play by the defender there. Even better if he had caught the ball, but forces the punt.
So it's Ralph Bennington on to punt this one away. First time we've seen either punter in the ball game as Bennington's punt is uncontested. Down it goes to Shanahan to try and make a return of the 12, maybe a yard on the return, but no further. Just because it's the offseason doesn't mean content creators aren't still pumping out great content around the league. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker, Say It With Your Chest with Eddie Gage, Netmo with yours truly, and of course the show all about the minors' fights and insights with Daniel Wright and Axel Raven. Check out archive versions of the community shows. Visit simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment on our homepage. First play from scrimmage. Struthers going to look to throw. Has time. Decides to check it down. And, well, it might have been the safer option, but they are going to lose yards. About 3 to the fullback, Harleman. It's a great read by YSK Dre. And that's a name that I had to Google a little bit because I thought that sounded familiar. That's the same name as a local rapper. So I don't know if that's the actual person. We'll have to get confirmation for you. But week 9 signing and time to make a really good debut with a nice catch. Pass over the middle to Martin, and Martin picks up about maybe 5 yards on the pitch and catch the tight end.
That's 2 safe passes in a row we've seen by Annapolis there. Just not getting the yards they need to convert the first down. 3rd and long here.
They're in 8 with just about half the time remaining here in the second quarter. Struthers looks deep over the middle. Caught by De Niro, and De Niro will get the Navs a first down to their own 37-yard line.
Second time they've used that play right through up through the middle. Albuquerque gotta find an answer to that play. Second time they've been burned on that.
Took the words right out of my mouth. You have a couple of defenders jumping, including Dante Grimm over there in the middle, and just nothing doing. Need to find an answer, like you said, partner, and we'll see what happens here as it's 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Struthers is in the gun. He's under pressure immediately, and he gets out of the tackle. Still trying to find a way, and does well enough to just chuck it out of bounds.
Great dance moves there by Struthers.
That play was immediately busted as the defensive lineman just shot through the middle of the O-line, and somehow Struthers was able to struggle out of that tackle and able to throw it away and avoid losing any yards. So it's 2nd and 10 from their 37. I formation, tight end flexed off to the right. A run with Squarebush, left side, he trucks one defender, running into a couple more, and is gang tackled at the 45-yard line. Pick a rate for Randy.
Where Randy shines. I don't like when he goes to the outside. He's much, much better up the middle. Great pickup there.
Oh, it's 3rd and a few feet here for the Navigators. I formation, 2 wide receivers. And off Squarebush through the middle. Big hole, big lane for Squarebush on the left side. Picks up a huge chunk of yards to the Albuquerque 42.
I thought he was gone myself there for a minute. Great run by Squarebush. Nice blocking all around.
Again, it's just brilliant when they can run through the middle like that. They have found great success early in the ball game with the inside run. Not a whole lot of success. Sans one outside shotgun run. That was the touchdown earlier in the ball game. All their good runs have come through the middle.
That doesn't surprise me. That's what we see week in and week out.
Brothers looking for the cross route over the middle. Caught near the marker. About 9 yards all told for the tight end Sheldon Hilton.
Great play call again by Annapolis. Just one, they're 2nd and very, very manageable. Their playbook is wide open here. Let's see what they do.
We're going to come out in a gun formation here on 2nd and 1. Be a run with Squarebush near side out of the gun, and it picks up maybe half a yard. Great containment there from the D lineman Hyde and company, and it's 3rd down.
Great stop by the Adams there. I think we're going to see Squarebush again up the middle.
3rd and a microscopic speck as Albuquerque pack 8 defensemen into the box as it's a pitch play. Left side hasn't worked so far today, and it doesn't work this time. They go backward, and it's 4th down.
Wow. That's what I said. They should go up the middle. They go to the outside, and a big stop by Albuquerque there. Where's the punt?
Need to make some changes at halftime, but here comes the offense once
Whoa.
again here on 4th and short. They come out in the same exact formation here on 4th down from Albuquerque's 43. Again, Albuquerque pack 8 men into the box. Blanton trying desperately to catch Albuquerque offside. It might not work. It might. As the play clock clicks down to 5, 4, and nothing doing. And that'll be a timeout called by Annapolis as Struthers can't get the playoff in time. And now finally the field goal unit comes onto the field.
So we are in field goal range with Caleb Richardson. We have 50-yard field goal.
We'll have to see. A lot of these young kickers still developing. We'll see if they trot out Richards. I think he's made one from a little bit longer than this. No, they're going to play it safe and punt it away. Only down by 4, and so we'll play a field position game and try and coffin corner this one with a Pete Ellis punt. Try and angle it to that left-hand side. It's going to drop around the 7-yard line. It hits a player, and they're going to pin it right there at the 7-yard line. Excellent play by the hands team. Might have been able to let that one bounce a little further, but still, that's better from rolling back into the end zone for a touchback.
Yep, give him really long field now for Albuquerque. Great punt, great special teams coverage. But Albuquerque are kind of in a dangerous situation here. They're going to be forced to run.
Looks like they will do that with John Perry as they come out in the goal line formation. About 18 seconds to go until the 2-minute warning. Perry did not get any traction, however. He's going to go back a yard, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Albuquerque with the lead and the football. They have a 14-10 lead, and you're watching the SFLm playoffs here on YouTube. Out of the 2-minute warning now. Albuquerque with the lead and the ball. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Rochelle Colston. Happy you could join us here for the playoffs here in the Simulation Football Minor League as they again go to Perry near side and going backward. Baloo Scott out of the ball game with an arm injury, and it's the backup John Perry who's getting the workload of the carries now, and it's only on backward here on this possession.
Careful here. It's 3rd and long, and they're way backed up into their own territory. Let's see what they do. They can't afford an interception here.
Well, another run trying to play it safe, and the only thing that Perry can do is get right back to the line of scrimmage. Give him maybe a yard as Tundra speed showed all the speed to contain Perry, and it's 4th and 11, and the punter, Bennington, is going to have to pump this one out of the back of his own end zone.
Annapolis has some awesome field position here. See if they go after the punter.
Bennington trying to milk as much clock as possible. Annapolis, surprisingly, haven't yet called a timeout, though they only have 2 remaining after they tried to call a timeout on their last possession on 4th down. It's going to be a short punt.
Yeah, not a great punt at all, Tyler.
Return will get all the way to the 35-yard line. Shanahan does well enough. That'd be right in range for a pro kicker for the minor league here, especially for Richards. That's not inside his range. They're going to have to advance and maybe get a first down to be inside of Richards' range.
I think about 7 yards should do it for them. They should be in field goal range, I would think.
They do here on 1st down. They start off with a strong power eye as the linebackers shift over to the weak side. Brother's going to look for a dump off for Squarebush near side. He is gang tackled after picking up 2 yards to the 33-yard line as it's newer players, YSK Dre, in on yet another tackle.
Yeah, I think Annapolis is looking for that little screen pass. They got that covered. Maybe use Squarebush up the middle more if they want him to be effective.
The 33-yard line, 40 seconds to go. Squarebush got out of bounds in the last play, so that stops the clock. Trips to Struthers' right. Another broken play as the linemen get through, and down goes Struthers. Nothing doing. My goodness, this defensive line is hungry. It's Demore Anvil, who again got through the line initially. Tim House finishes off the quarterback.
I was like, the O-line didn't even exist right at that moment. They just busted through.
They have got to get out of that formation. They cannot call that formation again because Moranville is going to get to Struthers is going to get hit hard if that happens again. Struthers with a deep drop this time. Steps to the pocket, and he's nearly taken down, and down he goes for a second time. They've lost 11 yards on back-to-back plays, and it's 4th down.
Well, I'm impressed with the Adams D-line right now. I don't know what happened. They got some tons of energy on the sideline waiting to get back in the game.
I apologize earlier. That was Neil Rivers streaking through the middle of the line on that first play where they were in trips formation. And after being close to field goal range, Annapolis is going to have to punt this one away. They're going to try and angle it near side. It's going to bounce once, and it's another excellent punt for the Annapolis special teams unit. But Albuquerque will let this one go, and clock will reach triple zeros. And that is the end of the first half. And as things stand, Annapolis are looking to go the way of their 2 previous semifinal appearances, losing both. And maybe third time's not the charm, but there's still 1 half to play, and anything can happen. Rochelle, take us through this one.
It's been a very low-scoring game in the second quarter. It's still a 1-score game. Anything could happen. I'm not sure who gets the ball back in the second half. Do you?
I'd be very surprised if Albuquerque's not able to salt this one away. However, with Spaloo Scott being out, partner, it's going to be really hard for that running game. We saw that on their last offensive possession. I am interested to see what kind of defense the Navs come out with. They did get caught off guard. I was later told to later look back at that one big old touchdown to TT Crystal. It looked to me like the Navigators were in a goal line formation on defense. Very surprised. This run here by the Navs shows that they can run to the outside. It just can't be those pitch plays.
I think Squarebush is more effective up the middle still. He gets great blocking up the middle. I don't know why they keep doing that main pass to the outside.
All right,
it doesn't seem to work at all.
All right, partner. Keys to the second half for both teams.
I think these the Navs just gotta keep doing what they're doing. Stopping Squarebush, converting first downs. Annapolis needs to find their groove with Squarebush, I think, to be effective.
And we welcome you back to the second half of regulation here in Annapolis, Maryland. Tyler Falk alongside Rochelle Colson with Kevin Irvine back at SFL headquarters as our producer and, of course, the commissioner. Glad to have you here for the SFLm playoffs as we are underway here in the second half. And Annapolis will get the ball to start off the half. It's a good, decent return from Shanahan to the 23-yard line. That is where the offense will take over to begin matters here.
Definitely a nice return. Let's see what they can come out here with. If they use Squarebush up the middle more here in the second half. They've got to get him going.
So it's 1st and 10 Navigators here on their own 23-yard line. They'll start off with a 3 wide receiver set, split backfield. And out through the middle, Squarebush. He went through the middle, picked up 4 tough yards, but unable to get any further as the Albuquerque Adams were in there in a heartbeat.
But at least with the runs up the middle, he's actually gaining yards and not losing yards. So that's a plus here.
That is very true. 2nd and 6 now for the Navs at their own 27-yard line. I formation with the wide receiver off to the right. They do like to run that pitch play to the near side. That hasn't worked a whole lot. We'll see if they try and go back to it here. Instead, they go with a pass. Yep. Almost gets blown up. Squarebush off the right side. He gets out of a tackle, and a flag flies in from the sideline. This might be face mask and a free first down.
Well, I'm not sure what it is either.
Face mask.
Yep.
24.
It is a face mask on Albuquerque, and they're going to tag Liam Ryan with the infraction. It's a free first down for Annapolis.
Well, that's the last thing you wanted to happen if you were Albuquerque here.
Stray hand trying to get a hold of anything. Unfortunately, finds the face mask. I think that's going to be incidental, maybe, and that'll give him about 5 yards and the first. Although it'll tack on a full 15, it looks like, to the 46.
Wow.
A disastrous penalty, as Annapolis now have an extra 15 yards to play with.
You don't want to give him that at all.
Blitz from Albuquerque. Deep pass deflected, nearly tipped, and nearly caught by the wide receiver. Unfortunately, falls to the ground. Great play from Don Fletcher. However, it could have well as easily ended up in the arms of a Rain Darby.
Well, everybody failed that trip drill, Tyler. Even the receiver failed it.
Just a little bit different, not receiving a true spiral. So I'll give these minor leaguers a little benefit of the doubt on some of these passes. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. 2 wide receivers off to the right, 2 tight ends off to the left. Brother's going to look to throw over the middle. Diving catch.
Did he
First
catch it?
down. Navigators. Rego De Niro has made a couple of these post-route clutch catches, and he comes up with another one.
That same play up the middle. I don't know if he actually caught that ball, Tyler. I think he dropped it on the way down, but
Well, for now, the call on the field says it's a good catch, and they're inside Albuquerque territory. Oh, go with a run up the middle. Square bush and bust through one tackle. Can't break through the second one, which is oddly surprising considering he used to be able to do that early on in the season. But credit everybody else from getting in their training. And Dante Grimm, another two-way player, along with Tim House and company, able to slow up the dangerous tailback.
yes, Bush looks more dangerous up the middle. He's like a beast when he gets on the ground up the middle there. They need to abandon that screen pass to the outside.
Come on with an I formation with one wide receiver off to the right. And again, it's that pitch play off to the right. Square bush with a nice stiff arm, but again, can only get back to the line of scrimmage. It's just a little confusing at some points. It has to be said, when you're running so well up the middle, you try these pitch plays, and they just haven't been working.
Well, I think Albuquerque was ready for those. The game plan for those. He's just more powerful at the middle.
Brothers looking for the screen. Right side has plenty of blockers and able to shoulder a man and finally get taken down. It's another tackle by Dante Grimm on Randy Squarebush. It's a revolution show of force on the field, both from the running back and the safety, Dante Grimm.
Credit that run to the great blocking. If not, he was caught in the backfield once again.
Annapolis is able to flip the down marker, and it's a new set of downs here for the Navigators here on Albuquerque's 23-yard line. Others takes a 5-step drop, looking for his tailback out of the backfield. Squarebush, who gets out of one, but is tackled from behind by a Singletary after picking up 6.
And the screen pass actually worked there. I still say it's more effective up the middle. And it looks like they're in the SFL red zone now, knocking on the door.
Navigators trying to either get it to within a 1-point ball game, or maybe taking the outright lead for the first time in the game. Pitch play near side. Squarebush, nothing doing, losing about 3 yards. It's just about time for that play to get thrown out of the playbook.
Great defense by the Adams. They've got that play well covered.
Great analysis from Tim Hackett in the chat. DC did have success with that play. Annapolis, unfortunately, does not have the same success with that play. We'll see what happens later on the ballgame. 3rd and 7. Pass over the middle. Darby with the catch. 3 yards short of the first down marker, and on comes the field goal unit.
Great job by the Adams there. Their defense bent, but it didn't break, forcing Annapolis for a field goal, make it a 1-point game. If the field goal's good. We're tied up in the other game, Tyler.
The other semifinal, Ottawa and San Jose, 10-10. San Jose, coming into last week, was undefeated, while the Adams took them down by a score of 38-17 as the field goal is up and good from Richards. A 1-point ball game here. But San Jose has just not looked their regular old self, Rochelle, as they really haven't been able to stretch the field. I wonder if they have a similar sort of story here where Baloo Scott's out for Albuquerque. Maybe the tailback JZ Bacon's out in that ball game.
But the Adams haven't scored in a very, very long time since the first quarter. See if they can get some points on the board here.
Kicks away, and here comes Albuquerque on the return by Ed Williams, who gets a couple of nice blocks, and he gets blasted at the 29-yard line. Esports TV has partnered with the SFL to bring sim football to millions of homes over the next 2 years. ESTV is the world's first 24/7 live, linear, and video on-demand esports channel, available everywhere through your smart TV, on your phone, through Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and much more. Visit ESTV.co to learn more about its programming and to find all the ways you can catch the SFL action on the network. Run up to the right side, gains 2 for John Perry.
I think the Adams are definitely missing Scott here.
Under speed comes in with that tackle to slow up the backup tailback. And again, just a little bit different kind of offense. With the lead, they've been able to try and go back to the run, but maybe they have to try and work in a little bit more of the passing plays again. Perry left side, down to the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the play. A huge hit by Rachel Menner.
Rachel Menner seems to be all over the field as usual. One of the only a couple of female players in the game tonight.
I would say there'd be two female players. There'd be Baloo Scott out there, but of course she is injured, so only one true. Tipped up, nearly picked off by Dale McLean. A pass intended for Ed Williams. And it's a quick 3 and out. The Navigators defense shows up in exactly the right time.
That's the second time McLean's dropped a pass tonight. A pass deflection tonight. You gotta catch those.
And so on comes Ralph Bennington to punt this one away after the 3 and out. Punts on its way to Ronnie Shanahan. Back at his own 36-yard line. Tries to spin, but spins right into the defenders. Down he goes at the 40-yard line. And on comes Annapolis to try and add a few more points. Able to get a field goal last time out. Any more points would see them take the lead.
And Annapolis is definitely winning the field, starting field position here tonight. On their own 40.
With the tight end flexed off to the left in an I formation. Deep drop here from Struthers. Looking for it all here on first down. Deep pass over the middle.
What?
It's complete. Oh, a weird series of events as Darby could not hold on to the football.
What happened there?
We'll see what this is. He looks like he came down and then it just popped out suddenly.
That was just a weird looking thing.
I wonder if they're ruling this as a catch. There's no signal on the field, and they are saying incomplete pass finally. So it's 2nd and 10.
That was just a weird looking animation there. It hit the ground and flew backwards. I don't know.
Looks like it hit his thigh or something. Fortunately, no catch, no football movement, so no fumble. So it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that would have been a mess.
So they're just going to dump it off for Squarebush near side. Squarebush breaks out a 1. Hefty tackle, but is eventually thrown to the turf by Don Fletcher at the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a yard.
Now we're 3rd and 9. That's out screen pass is still not working. Credit to the defenders, though, secondary.
You're on 3rd down. Navigators come out with a bunch formation to the near side. Struthers under center. 7-step drop, looking for a deep throw. Gets out of one tackle, can't get out of that one. He's going to be marked down to the 33-yard line as Neil Rivers comes through to bring down the quarterback.
Basically came through that line untouched. He bumped the little guy out of his way and was
a crunching hit from the defensive tackle, and the Navigators are forced to punt. 2 straight 3-and-outs, one by each team.
Had some speed there for a big man.
Pete Ellis go ahead and punt this one away to Albuquerque as Ed Williams will try and make a return. Nice spin move, gets a couple extra yards down to the 35-yard line. It was announced during the All-Star game that the Hall of Fame class here for 2020 has been officially announced by Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green. Congratulations to Reggie Streeter, Jared McChesney, Jeffrey Daggs gets his nod along with Boo Chisholm, along with Marcus Dunhill and Colin Northrup, and of course, number 86, legendary analyst Rich Cratcher gets the nod as well. Congratulations to all those gentlemen on their Hall of Fame nomination, as the first play from scrimmage finds Craig Westlake for a first down and pickup of 10 yards.
If you can play on first down, Tyler, I think this is the key. They have to keep doing this and moving the ball down the field. Not having the same success running the ball anymore. There's a different halfback in there.
Blanton gonna look to throw, looking left side, diving attempt, incomplete. Great effort from Adobe, unfortunately just a little bit too far. Back to the Hall of Famers, Rochelle. We have to talk about Rich. We have to. He's already got his number retired. Again, a tragic story coming out of 2020 with Rich. We all miss him dearly. I never had a chance to call a game with him, but as, again, a friend to everyone here in the league, it is really good to see him get his Hall of Fame nomination. As pass over the middle, caught another first down here for Albuquerque. Good pitch and catch. Finally finding Adobe. Got to Annapolis 38. As we go back to the Hall of Famers, all these guys deserve their nomination. Streeter with a legendary career. McChesney with his excellent career in Denver. Jeffrey Daggs gets his nod. Boo Chisholm, who's been a legendary wide receiver in the ball game. Marcus Dunhill and Colin Northrup. Everybody deserves their nomination.
Definitely ain't great. I think Richard Patrick got in with like so many votes, it was unbelievable.
1st and 10. Here back, meanwhile, in Annapolis, Maryland. Pass out to the left-hand side to TT Crystal. Ruled incomplete. That looked awfully close.
Yeah, it did, Tyler. But I'm impressed that, they're now throwing the ball and not running, and they're actually moving the ball down the field. They have to keep this up if they want to score.
2nd and 10. No challenge from the Albuquerque sideline.
I think they're saving their timeouts.
38-yard line. A run with Carey near side. Can't truck the defender. Does pick up 2 yards as Dale McLean comes out from a safety spot to bring down the tailback. And it brings up 3rd down.
This is a very important 3rd down here. They have to convert. I hope of another pass up the middle, like a short pass for 8 yards of work.
Here they come in a very heavy formation, almost a goal line set here for Albuquerque. 3rd down. Blanton's going to look to throw, looking deep over the middle, caught behind the defense, and down goes Ed Williams. Touchdown! Again catching the defense off guard, and Albuquerque extend the lead back out to 7.
I think Annapolis was caught sleeping there. I think they were thinking of a short pass for just a 10-yard pickup, and they went for it all and got it. Nice play.
An excellent change in the play call from Blanton, who changed it at the line of scrimmage, saw what the defense was doing, and it was just an easy pitch and catch to Williams, and Albuquerque are extending their lead back out to 7. On comes Mickey Malillo to try and tack home the extra point.
I was impressed with that series by Albuquerque there. They pretty much let go with the run game and just started throwing the ball. Which they'll have to continue to do throughout the game, I think.
Extra point is up and good. It's now an 8-point ball game. The moment you've all been waiting for. The SFL Season 19 Rookie Draft gets underway Saturday, June 25th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on SFL YouTube. with the first and second rounds, live war rooms, rookie cams, and all the in-depth analysis you've come to expect from the Simulation Football League's presentation of this one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime experience. Don't miss the whole weekend of SFL draft action as the return from Ronnie Shanahan gets all the way to the 24-yard line, and now Annapolis have a couple of things to bowl over here on offense, down by 8.
It's becoming very exciting. I'm glad Annapolis might put some points on the board, not scoring since the first quarter.
And 10 Navigators. Brothers looking over the middle, wide open, tight end Martin. He's going to get the first down to the 35. Pitch and catch as Martin was able to run that crossing route, a deep in route at about the 10-yard mark, I should say. Picks up the first down. 1st and 10, now Navigators from their own 35-yard line. Hand off. Squarebush through the left-hand side. Able to break out of the one tackle. Still fighting through defenders and gets about 9 yards.
He just pulled people over, got some little bit of blocking up front, and just kept moving forward.
Second and short. Now here for Annapolis. I formation, one wide receiver off to the left. Pitch play right side. Squarebush able to make something happen. First time that play has gone positive, and it picks up the first down at Albuquerque's 46.
Well, that time I think he actually followed his blockers for a change. He got some positive yardage there. Let's watch the play again. Good block there by number 87. Yeah, he got a little free there.
And it looked like the DBs had backed off a little bit. Most of the time we've seen that play, the DBs had closed up to the line, had gotten the backfield almost immediately. This time, Annapolis able to catch the defense off guard and pick up the first down on the pitch play. Brothers looking right-hand side, caught by the 10 end Martin, and a flag comes flying into the backfield. This might be a late hit, and they might tack on even more yards.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's actually on Annapolis. Ineligible receiver called on one of the offensive linemen, Austin Green, and instead of a first down, they go backward about a couple of yards.
That was just a weird play then.
Flag finds one of the offense instead of the defense, and that is where we stand here at the end of the third quarter. Albuquerque 21, Annapolis 13. Get your 86s up for the Hall of Famer, Rich Pratchett in chat. You're watching the SFLm playoffs on YouTube.
Then we're 1st and 15.
1st and 15 as we start the fourth quarter. Tyler Falk, Michelle Colson here in Maryland. Deep corner route. Near side. Hot first down and more for the Navigators. And it's Rego Dinero who picks up another huge catch. Add one to the highlight reel for this kid. He's having a ball game.
Wow, what a perfect pass placement there. Right over the defenders where only the receiver can catch it. Impressive throw. It was well covered by the defense, though, honestly.
Just enough touch from Struthers to find Dinero and to keep the drive going. 1st and 10 here for the Navs. 3 wide receivers, split backfield. Another deep drop here from Struthers. Again looking deep over the middle. Into cover, it's picked off again. It's Dante Grimm. The Federal Bureau of Interceptors strikes again.
Wow, what a turn of events here. They were going for the end zone. Dante Grimm said, no, sir, not today, not over me.
Dinero has been having an excellent game. Grimm reads that one beautifully and takes it away. And now the Adams stand on their own 22-yard line for this next possession.
Yeah, but Adams were all over that receiver. I think they had 3 people in coverage around him.
They start off in the gun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Coverage backing off about 8 to 10 yards. Quick dump off near side for John Perry. Backup tailback again. Blue Scott out in the first quarter as Perry picks up 3 yards. And we want to remind you that 8 p.m. music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. Gonna run with Perry near side.
Wow.
Plenty of blockers, and Perry has a nice run. Best one of the day for John Perry that didn't result in a touchdown, and he picks up the first down.
Great blocking by the O-line there. Gave him a big hole. Like I said, best run he's had today so far, besides the touchdown run.
A very nice run. It was only until Dale McLean, who's had a couple of big tackles today, comes up with that stop. And not before Albuquerque's able to pick up the first down with that nice run. They look to be in another running formation here in the strong power I. And again, the run with Perry. Another couple of good blocks. Spin move from Perry. And Perry crosses midfield. 2 excellent runs from the tailback.
Wow, Perry's really stepping up here. This one I thought they'd be in trouble with the run game because they have the lead. Coming up big time here for the Adams.
And what a huge confidence boost that is for the Albuquerque offensive coordinator as they're able to pick up runs with their backup tailback. Next man up mentality in its finest form. Blanton's going to look to throw. Has time. Pumps once and fires it deep. It's tipped and incomplete. A great coverage from Jerry Degond as it falls incomplete.
Yep, he was going for it all there. Great job by the defense coming up with the deflection. That would have been a big play.
Only an 8-point ball game. This Navigator defense trying to keep it that way. Gonna run up the middle with Perry. He bounces it off the right-hand side and gets quickly clattered after picking up about 2 yards as it's Rachel Benner able to bring it down. Meanwhile, going on in the game over in San Jose, California, it's the first seed Flight down by a touchdown with Ottawa on the ball. A lot of things not going the way for San Jose, and look at this now. Maybe another no high safety look. 4 wide receivers. Blanton alone in the gun, changing things up at the line. On 3rd down, Blanton looking deep, right side, nothing doing again. It's a deep ball. This time he is tackled. Honest Adobe gets inside the red zone to the 18-yard line.
So sure about the defensive calling here. Everybody's almost on the line. Nobody in the backfield. I'm not sure what they were thinking. Run there.
Don't know if they have they've even worked on maybe a dime look here in the ball game. So it just goes to show, well, here's a dime package. I wonder if they were trying to catch him off with the goal line set. However, they're able to change a couple things up and get a couple of big gains. And now this time, trying to go for even more yards, pick up maybe 12 on the play to TT Crystal.
And that time the secondary was playing back. The receiver had yards in front of him. It was just a great play. Now it's 1st and goal.
Very peculiar play calling, it has to be said. As it's now 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Albuquerque able to march on what they had their drive almost stalled out on 3rd down. Able to quickly change that to be 1st and goal. Quick drop here from Blanton, looking near side, looking for the fullback. Stellar's able to pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, if Albuquerque can score here, it'll be big.
Well, it's 2nd and goal here from the 3-yard line of Annapolis. Goal line versus goal line. And off through the middle, Perry, and
Wow.
Perry has a 2nd touchdown. And the Albuquerque Adams begin to stretch their advantage and maybe look to go to their 2nd ever championship ball game.
You can credit the O-line there. Great blocking, great hole. He just basically walked into the end zone and nobody touched him. Look at that hole.
Said it all. Excellent blocking, excellent run, followed his blockers, touchdown, Adams. That's a 14-point ball game, and here comes Malello to try and make it a 15-point ball game.
And they're getting this done without their starting fullback. I mean, starting halfback.
Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. And the Adams have come on the road to take a 15-point ball game, 28-13. Your scoreline here. I want to remind you to visit the SFL website at Simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets, 97 sports promotions, plus features from our content team, Swamp Talk, Power Rankings, and many more feature series. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Denham's return gets to the 26-yard line and no further, and now Annapolis is in a deep hole with just over 7 minutes to go in the ball game.
It's not panic time yet, Tyler. They have, there's plenty of time on the clock. They have 3 timeouts, but they've got to score here. Some points, at least.
Need a score and need the defense to stop the Adams in any way, shape, or form. 1st and 10, Struthers will start out in the gun. They'll start off with a screen play to the left side for Squarebush. Breaks out of 1 tackle, and he's finally thrown out of bounds at the 39-yard line as we quickly take a look at the QB comparison. No touchdowns for Struthers, 2 for Blanton, and Jack Newton comes up with that stop.
And Annapolis has his 2 interceptions, which doesn't help. 2 turnovers, I should say. That time, I'm not sure what. Did the cornerbacks drop back again and give Squarebush the open field in front of him? Did the swing pass to work for him that time? No?
First down again here for Annapolis. Blanton's going to look to throw, looking over the middle, caught, and picking up about 5, maybe 10 yards on a first down goes Lackland Martin to the 49 of Albuquerque.
Great moves there by the tight end. Kept moving forward, kept gaining yards. Hard man to bring down, apparently.
Ottawa is currently showing out over San Jose as they look to go back to the championship ballgame since the first time since season 1. Little swing pass to the left side for Harleman. Harleman gets rocked out of bounds after picking up 7 yards. Good catch and run from the fullback.
So your number 1 seed is now down 10 points in the other game.
Pitch play left side for Squarebush, who comes back inside, makes a nice shifty move behind his lineman, able to find a way to get 1 yard as Dante Grimm 12 tackles so far.
Wow, impressive game for him tonight.
That's coming with, a 15-point ball game. Usually we see a safety having that many tackles in a loss, but really good performance from Dante Grimm as it's 3rd and short. Handoff, Squarebush, near side. He's taken down from behind at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Neil Rivers again is in the backfield.
Great stop by the Adams here to force the Navigators to punt once again, and time is not on Annapolis' side anymore. 5 minutes in the game left. They're down by 15.
They're going to need a quick stop here on defense if they truly eye at punting this one away. Ellis on the field to try and coffin corner this one. He's done a pretty good job today. 2 coffin corners already. This one's going to bounce to the 5. Take a hop at the 1 and off the hands of the hands team. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Friday, June 25th, right here on SFL YouTube. The 5th SFLm season culminates in the league's championship at 7 p.m. Eastern. Albuquerque is hunting a second, while 2-time winner Madison and season 3 champ Salt Lake, now Lincoln, are sitting at home. Will a new champion join the list of legendary players and moments in the minors? Find out Friday, June 25th, right here on SFL YouTube. as a flag comes out of nowhere. Replay says partner Rochelle Colston looks to be an offside call.
It was an offside call, Connor. At the very last second, too.
Roscoe Rossi getting tagged with the penalty, and that'll give the Albuquerque Adams a free 5 yards, and you cannot afford that down by 15.
Yeah, we see a couple of offside calls tonight here in this game. Not very disciplined on the defensive line there.
That doesn't tell the whole story for John Perry tonight. Again, take over for Baloo Scott. Midway through the first quarter, has done admirably, does have 2 touchdowns on his resume tonight. Done really rather well. Stutter step. And maybe should have just went for it. But he does pick up 4 yards all told, and it's 2nd and 1.
Yep, that's I mean, 2nd and 1. Clock's their friend right now. They can just keep running it down. Probably see a lot of Perry here in this last drive, on this drive here.
Milk as much clock as possible.
That was their game plan.
Full line set here on 1st down. They're going to run a play to the near side. Nothing doing. Tackle behind the line. That's a loss of 3 as Rachel Menner shoots through the gap and takes down the tailback.
Play by Menner once again. She seems to be where she's needed on the field at all times, apparently.
And so it brings up 3rd down. Latin trying to keep the drive alive and continue to milk as much clock as possible and salt the game away. As things stand, Albuquerque and Ottawa would go to Arizona for the championship game as Perry goes through the middle. 1st down, Adams, and the clock continues to run.
I mean, Perry's not doing anything flashy, but he's getting the job done.
Back to all the championship scenarios. If San Jose is able to come back, the championship for season 5 here in the minors would go to LA. If Annapolis is able to come back and win this football game, the championship would be played in Baltimore. If Albuquerque keeps the lead here, we would go to Arizona for another championship game, the 2nd time that Arizona would host an SFLm championship. As Ottawa tacks on 7 more points here as we begin this new set of downs. Loss of 1 from Perry. He got lost in the wilderness in that sea of black and green. Goes backward a yard as Ottawa looks to be putting the finishing touches in that 4th quarter over the what looked to be stalwart and almost a shoe-in champions San Jose. 27-10 scoreline in that ball game. 28-13 here in Maryland. So it looks to be Albuquerque, Ottawa, season 1 participants, Ottawa, and season 2 champions, Albuquerque, in the season 5 championship. Still 2 minutes to go here in this game. Lots could happen as Perry goes through the middle, gets about 4 yards, and we will hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes of the regular season for either team if they fail to win. And right now it's looking like it's Annapolis's game to lose. Can they find a way to come back? 2 minutes to go. It's crunch time here in the minor league playoffs. From Annapolis, Maryland, I'm Tyler Falk alongside Rochelle Colston. Again, we thank you for joining us here tonight, here in the semifinals of the SFLm playoffs. Fullback dive for Chuck Steller through the middle, picks up a good chunk of yards, but he's denied 2 yards short. Annapolis take a timeout to stop the clock with 1:57. And so the punting team for Albuquerque takes the field. The Navigators need to get the ball down the field and get touchdowns rather than field goals in a hurry.
I'm glad Albuquerque stuck to their game plan. They didn't go to the passing game. They didn't went through interception. Good play calling by the Adams there on offense. So the defense can hold and keep Annapolis from scoring.
Oh snap, Bennington is able to corral it eventually, and it's a nice long punt that'll force the Navigators to go 75 yards to hit Pater.
Nice coverage on special teams there. No yards on that return. Or maybe 1.
During that return, Grimm comes up with tackle number 13. First and 10 now for the Navigators offense. They come out with 4 wide receivers.
No.
Pass left side, caught for about 5 yards. Trying to get out of bounds is Darby and Will after picking up 8.
Nice play by the receiver, knowing where he's on the field, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. I thought it was going to square bush there for a second on that swing route again.
2nd and 2 from the 32, minute 44 left to go in regulation. They come out in a I formation, 3 wide receivers. I think that might be the tight end. Martin flex off to the right. Quick drop. Pass deflected, still bobbling, and it falls incomplete. Mercifully for the Navigators, their season's still alive.
Peace had a piece of that ball, but he didn't catch it.
Well, how about that?
Sorry.
We'll see what other puns we can make up as we close out the football game. Albuquerque with a 15-point lead. Here come the Navigators. 4 wide receivers, trips off the left. We see Neil Rivers streak through the middle almost on every single play. This time it ends up a pass over the middle, deflected into the arms nearly of the middle linebacker. Peace again gets a piece of the football, and it's 4th down, maybe 4th and season for the Navigators.
Great two big plays by Peace there. And they have to go for it here, and not very good field position here either.
4th and 2 from their own 32. They still have 2 timeouts, but a first down is needed. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Struthers for the season, over the middle, deflected and incomplete. And the Navigators are going to have their biggest offensive stand, as time will not be able to run out, but the Navigators will go back on defense. Albuquerque with another crucial stop might have just sealed the football game.
Great play by the Adams defense. They've been there all night, keeping in this ball game.
For this 3rd straight play, it's 3 pieces of the pie that eventually wind up going to Albuquerque. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
And the best formation in football if you're winning.
Well, 2nd best. It's a goal line formation. Victor formation has yet to make an appearance tonight. Handoff right side for Perry. He gets leveled at the 29-yard line as it's a timeout called by Annapolis. They have 1 remaining. But it's going to be really tight if they can find a way to get 2 miracles. Well, it'd be 3. 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion to even make a game of it. They're going to need a stop, maybe a turnover. Maybe they can force a fumble on one of these runs.
Yeah, I don't see Albuquerque throwing the ball here, though, Tyler.
8 men in the box here for the Navigators. Handoff, Perry, near side, gets taken down from behind. Loss of 1 to the 30-yard line. Final timeout for Annapolis with 1:25 to go.
Yeah, they'll have very little time on the clock when they get the ball back here, I think, if they don't convert here for the first down.
We're going to need to knock them out of field goal range. We've yet to see Malillo kick a longer one than about 40 yards here in the ball game at least. Handoff fullback. Gets beyond the 30-yard line to the 28. Stellar with a good run. Block will run. Field goal unit comes on. If Malillo is able to make this kick, ball game is effectively over.
Definitely. About a 45-yard field goal. See if he can make it.
On the head. 44 and a half, 45 yards, maybe officially, as the clock will wind down to about 40 seconds before the ball is snapped and Malillo's kick is up in the air. Snap spot. Malillo's kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. And that might have just been the exclamation point to send Albuquerque back to the SFLm championship since season 2.
That was like icing on the cake, Tyler.
And so will history repeat itself? Will Albuquerque go to the championship just like they did in Season 2 and take the victory? We'll have yet to find out, as it looks to be almost a done deal also in San Jose, where it will be a team from Canada, the Ottawa Cavalry, to join them. They haven't been back in the championship since Season 1. And so the Navigators will have 37 seconds left to really force a few miracles. They need 3 scores and 3 onside kicks.
Albuquerque's been the hot team right now. I mean, this is their 6th victory in a row after starting off the season 0-3. So they are the hot team in the SFLm right now, I would think.
This will be their 6th straight win as things stand. 31-13, your score line. Struthers looking left side for the fullback, Parliament, who gets a nice run, it has to be said, but can't get out of bounds, and so clock continues to run. 25 seconds to go as the clock is evaporating on Annapolis' season. They're back to the line, and Struthers spikes the ball. 21 seconds to go in the Annapolis Navigators season. It's been a really good season for Annapolis. They are the 2nd seed. They have had a couple of wins, but unfortunately tonight, Rochelle, it just wasn't enough.
No, I think the Adams stuck to their game plan. They kept Squarebush in check. They kept the time in possession. They converted on 3rd downs. So it was a well game plan by the Adams all the way around. Even their halfback went out and they still managed to score.
Looking near side, caught by Dinero, who tumbles out of bounds. And let's go back to Dinero. Over 100 yards. An excellent day. No touchdowns on the ledger, however, but still, I was really impressed with Dinero tonight.
Me too, Tyler. And I think if Squarebush could have had a better game, this would be a different ballgame.
See where Dinero goes in the draft. I have a very good feeling, especially with this performance tonight, that Dinero will go off the board fairly early in the draft, maybe 2nd or 3rd round. Struthers looking over the middle, deflected, incomplete, nearly picked off. That could have been the ball game, as it's a nice deflection from Jax Nuke. 4th down and 13 seconds to go.
They don't convert here. It's ball game.
Well, it looks like they've got nothing else to lose. They're just going to heave-ho it. It's a Hail Mary. It's Hail Mary time here in Maryland.
Oh, boy.
Struthers going to load and fire it straight up into the air. It is caught by the tight end, Martin, who gets the 1st down, and clock continues to run and will eventually run out on the Navigators. The ships have been sunk as the Adams will go to the SFLm Championship here in Season 5. Congratulations to the Adams. They will face the winner of San Jose and Ottawa on Friday.
Charles Blanton did a good job of keeping the ball safe. He had no turnovers. He did what he had to do to win the game.
Take a look at the leaders of the ball game. We mentioned Dante Grimm had a solid day, 13 tackles all told. Neil Rivers with 2 sacks in the ball game. Blanton with close to 250 yards in the win with 2 touchdowns. Unfortunately for Struthers, unable to find Pater through the air, and unfortunately, it might have been bad to a few missed play calls here for the Annapolis defense and offense that really couldn't get them going throughout the football game. Unfortunately for the club, they are going to be on the wayside. And that crucial pick by Dante Grimm, that's 2 back-to-back in back-to-back weeks, that he's come up with 2 clutch interceptions. But all told, that Adams came to play today, and that's all she wrote, unfortunately, for the Navigators.
I'm having a hard time with my player of the game, Tyler. I give it to the Adams defense. You can't do that, so I'm not sure who to give it to anymore.
Well, I'd be right there with you giving it to the Adams defense. I'd probably go with John Perry, the tailback, who came in relief of Bellew Scott. But let's get the official call from the pundits. It's Trellis Blanton, the quarterback. 14 of 22, 245 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He will start for the Albuquerque Adams in the championship game on Friday, and we hope to see you then in Arizona. So until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I've been Tyler Falk. She's been Rochelle Poston. We'll see you then. So long, folks.
Good night, everybody. Be safe.